Well, I've always been interested in politics, and I've always cared about what decisions are made on behalf of people and how it affects different people, and thinking about the different perspectives. I'm a therapeutic foster parent, so I care about those people trying to rebuild their lives, trying to get it together, to get jobs so they can have their kids back home. And you know, I just care about people a lot, and I care about our environment a lot. I have been going from door to door. I've been talking to my neighbors, hundreds of them. And the number one thing I'm hearing is taxes. People are considering moving into, you know, our older citizens, a lot of them are considering moving to condos out of town, in town, but selling their houses. And that's not what they really want to do. The taxes are too high. Something must be done. And it's not just slash everything. It's keep a tight rein on the budget. But we need to think outside of that. We need to think about ways to increase the income. And I think that's the key to that is industry. Manufacturing industry, to be specific. Certainly as a person in my position, I'm looking toward retirement at some point, you know, maybe 10, 15 years off, but still looking. And I don't want to have to sell the home that I love to live somewhere else either. So I am your neighbor, and I hear you, and I feel it. And we need to get smart about that. Lots of other issues, you know, traffic, and I know the folks at First Atlantic like to cross the street and go for walks. I mean, they're active seniors in our community, and it's just not a safe crossing, so we're working on that one as well. I insist that I'm very informed on the issues that are going on. If you would see my dining room table, my situation room, I am learning and hearing and becoming an expert at what's going on down in Camp Ellis. That's a very big issue. And I think that anyone who runs for Saco City Council in Ward 4 should be well informed on that and be prepared to advocate, because I think that potentially, even above and beyond the new schools, that's going to be the biggest financial impact or obstacle that's going to face our council in the next 2 years. You know, and people say, well, we've been dealing with it for 25 years. Well, it's coming to a head. Something's going to happen. And I think the city council right now is on a good path, and I am not backing down on that. It's going to remain a priority, and it has to. I am chair of the Saco Conservation Commission, and in that role, we're doing great things. Where I have a two-pronged approach to that. One is on a monthly basis, be out in the community doing something. We very recently cleaned up the park over River View Park, right behind Pepperell Square. There's all graffiti. We cleaned that up and painted the walls and put gravel down to improve the trails, and you know, doing something like that lets the community know that we care. I've worked through the city administrator. We're getting a greenbelt idea included in the comprehensive plan. So that'll connect resources, whether it's ours, City of Saco owned properties, or whether it's land trusts, Eastern Trails, Saco Bay Trails, and that's a way of preserving our open space in this time of, you know, huge development. And Saco is a fantastic place to live. Everybody wants to live here. So we need to protect those spaces so that we have them forever, and our kids have them, and our kids' kids have them. I've been a Girl Scout leader for 9 years, helping raise girls to be strong leaders, do the right thing, care about people, care about their environment. I've worked in the investment banking industry part-time when my kids were just starting out in first, second grade and so forth. And so setting up board meetings and understanding, you know, where people come from all over the country in terms of bringing them together. My background is very diverse. I feel like it's very well-rounded. It's not just one particular thing. I'm a legal assistant in a large law firm in Portland, so I have knowledge of the structure of laws and, you know, the realization that you have to do things in a certain way and you can't just willy-nilly do whatever you want. You have to work within that framework. I've been to almost every single Saco City Council meeting for the last year, maybe missed a handful. And I watched how our government worked and I learned. And I think that that's where my skill set, my background, my perspective are needed. And I have no doubt that the city councilors all have Saco's best interest in their heart. But that's where I think I can shine. That's where I can take all the connections that I've made through the different areas of my life and the different people in this community who I connect with and make that difference. So I care about the business owners. I'll ask them, what makes you successful? How can other people be successful? What do you need from Saco that you're not getting? What do you think are wasteful? You know, just talking to people and getting perspectives, and I'm not afraid to use my voice. You know, I advocate for others all the time. That's really where my strength is, and I think the city council is the way to help more people and to make Saco a better place.